And now, another moment in the history of Stafford County.
During the early days of the Civil War, Aquia Creek in Stafford became the site of a 3-day naval engagement between Union and Confederate forces. After becoming the commander of Virginia State Forces on April 22, 1861, General Robert E. Lee sent Captain William Lynch of the Virginia State Navy to examine ports on the Potomac River that could be defended. Lynch was told to take measures for the establishment of artillery batteries along the river to prevent Union vessels from navigating it. On April 24, 1861, the Virginia Navy examined the ground around Aquia Landing and selected it as a good place to place a battery. About 2 weeks later, fortifications were being built at the Aquia Creek site.
Well, the unit that I joined, the Stafford Guards, became part of the 30th Virginia Infantry, and General Ruggles, who was the commander of this area, assigned our regiment down Aquia Landing. Us being a bunch of farm boys and turning infantry, we didn't know what we were doing, but we were just basically there to man the artillery pieces and protect the harbor.
By May 14th, a battery of 13 guns were in place along Aquia Creek. It posed a threat to anyone trying to navigate the river, and it also protected the nearby railroad terminal.
Well, here this is the terminus of the Richmond-Fredericksburg Potomac Railroad. From here, anything going up to Washington, D.C. has to be loaded on the ship and goes out to the Potomac and goes upriver. With us defending this area right here, Aquia Harbor, this is a vital piece. So basically, we're trying to keep the harbor into our possession and keep any Yankee ships from coming in and taking over.
On May 29th, the USS Thomas Freeborn of the Federal Potomac Flotilla under the command of Commander James H. Ward attacked the batteries at Aquia. The ship was a 250-ton paddle wheel steamer with 3 mounted guns. The attack didn't have much of an effect on the batteries. Captain Lynch of the Confederate Army reported that the Thomas Freeborn fired a total of 14 shots. Only 1 man was wounded by the attack. The following day, the Thomas Freeborn returned with the USS Anacostia and the USS Resolute. The 3 ships engaged the batteries for several hours, again to little effect. 2 days after the Union's second failed bombardment, they returned for a third assault, this time with a sloop of war named USS Pawnee. This third attack on the batteries at Aquia lasted for nearly 5 hours with over 500 rounds fired. Thomas Freeborn and the Pawnee took minor damage from the batteries and needed repairs, but no Federal soldiers were killed or seriously injured. Captain Lynch only reported 2 deaths from the assault, a chicken and a horse.
Well, if that's all they could give us, we'll be fine. This war will be over fairly quickly. We can go back to what we were doing, go back to our lives, and live a long, healthy life.
Around 1 year after the battle, the Confederate Army abandoned the batteries. They moved forces so they could address the threat caused by the Union Army's Peninsula Campaign in March of 1862. Even though the results of the conflict remain inconclusive, the Union Navy was unable to dislodge the Confederates by force. And now the United States National Park Service includes the Battle of Aquia Creek as one of 384 engagements in its list of principal battles of the American Civil War. And there you have it, in a Stafford Minute.